Hi ladies, it is me. Of course, yeah, you clicked on it, whatever. So today is Tuesday. It is September 24th. Just thought I'd pop on to do a quick video and kind of get you guys' I guess like opinions on stuff. So I did think that I would have had a positive ovulation test by now, but I don't actually think that I have. I am cycle day 16 today, and I do keep getting confused with what cycle day I am, even though I'm keeping track of my ovulation test. So I've been testing twice a day. I know, like I probably said in my last video, I didn't know if I was testing or not. I am. Yeah, whatever. I'm one of them crazy women. So anyway, this is an unmedicated cycle where, you know, I was kind of hoping to not show that I ovulate, but it will be great if I do. So, of course, I still would rather ovulate on my own. But if I don't, that's fine, too, because I know I'll get Clomid, which definitely works for me. So, I started taking ovulation tests fairly early. I would say it's cycle day 9. Reason being is that some women that have taken Geritol did report that the Geritol may have made their ovulation move up by a few days. So I just wanted to be safe there and start testing sooner than later. And I had ordered more ovulation test strips. So that's why I started testing so early. So I have all my tests here. I kept track. So I'll show you these in a minute. So I started to kind of lose track of what cycle day I was, but I started keeping track more of like when I baby danced. I was going for I'm not really trying SMEP or anything. I just, the sperm meets egg plan, but I just kind of wanted to try the concept of, you know, once flow went away, that I would be having intercourse prior to my when I thought I'd ovulate. So that therefore increasing my chances of conceiving, right? So I was more focused on that than what cycle day is, so I get confused a little bit. So excuse me there. So last cycle, even though it was a Clomid cycle, and I still use that cycle for reference because it still wasn't any different than cycles I've had this year. Like all of my cycles, like I was mentioning in previous videos, have been regular since like the beginning of this year. So generally it's been about 31 day cycles every month. So wasn't any difference on Clomid. It still was a 31 day cycle. Actually 30 days, 31, 30, one of those. So it was still on track, you know. But I still felt like I could reference it to what my body was just doing on its own. So last cycle, I got my positive ovulation test on cycle day 14, ovulated on cycle day 15, and had a lot of ovulation pain from it. So on cycle day 14, this cycle, I was thinking, well, you know, if the chips are in my favor, cards are in my favor, I don't know, whatever they say. If the cards are in my favor, then hopefully I'll ovulate again on cycle day 14 this cycle. So that was my hope. So I put a lot of like, I couldn't wait to cycle day 14 because I'm like, okay. And then my tests seemed like they were getting darker right around that time too. So I was really hopeful. Unfortunately, I was only able to test in the morning on cycle day 14, right? Yes, I was only able to test that morning. So that night, and it was not intentionally, I just forgot to take my test with me, and I went and stayed over my boyfriend's house. So I didn't test that night or the following morning. So I missed 2 tests that I normally would have taken within like, so it pretty much was like 24 hours in which I did not test, because I had tested on the night of the 13th. I did not test again until what would have been cycle day 15 in the afternoon. So or closer to the evening, yeah, closer to the evening so it was almost like a 24-hour period in which I did not test at all. So, and that would have been when I thought my positive was coming. So the test, like I mentioned, that was when that's the darkest test that I have that looks like it would have been around that time. And that one is on the, like the afternoon of cycle day 15. So yesterday, but it's not positive. It just looks like the darkest test that that's just there. And then all of a sudden the other ones surrounding it are lighter before and after. But again, I missed that 24-hour period before that. I still baby danced. I've been baby dancing every day. Again, like I mentioned, since cycle day 10, every other day rather. So I've been on that regardless. Like no matter what these tests say, that's what I'm going to do until I get a positive, and then I'll double it up there. So here I am now, cycle day 16, and I'm going to show you. I'm sorry for the way my tests look. I'm going to say that now because first of all, I put tape on it, so it has like this orange. Sorry if the light's like right there. It has like this little orange. I don't know if maybe I spilled something on there. I don't know, but my tests look real raunchy right now, so I'm sorry. I mean, they're peed on sticks anyway. How pretty are they supposed to look? Forget about it. So anyway, I just want you guys to focus on my little damn. I mean, it's really jacked up. You really can't see what I'm talking about here. But, I mean, and I kind of started off kind of dark up here too. Like around those days. Like I really thought my ovulation was going to come early because of these dates. Because I'm sorry, I'm pointing at the wrong lines. Because of these lines here. Like you can kind of see how much darker they get. And then it starts to lighten up again there. And this is the dark one I was telling you about that I got yesterday that would have, like the ones before that were like this right here. This really light one is like cycle day 13. Cycle day 14 in the morning. Like that's the last one I was able to take that day. And I was thinking I would have gotten my positive that evening. And then that's I think on cycle day 15, I believe. I can't tell. But the darkest one is the one I'm talking about that has the potential to be, has the most potential to be my positive that I would have had. I was pointing to it like on the screen, but not on here. This one right here. So I want you guys to help me out here and tell me what you think, because here's my dilemma. It's really not a dilemma. It's just, how do I keep some sanity here? Okay, this was a non-medicated cycle, but I still do believe that for this year, at least, my body's been doing what it's supposed to do. I have not missed a cycle, anything like that. So I'm thinking my body can still, I mean, I must be doing something to be having regular periods, because that was not me years ago. Excuse me. So here's my thing. I go on Friday, the 27th, which is just a matter of days from now, to get my blood drawn to see if I ovulated. Right now, I'm not feeling that confident about it that I did. Like I didn't have any, like I had a little bit of, I wouldn't say cramping. Like it definitely was nothing like the ovulation pain that I get on Clomid. But, you know, I felt a little bit of something in there yesterday. And I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't have my hopes up, though, because I'm like, I still have not even really seen what I would truly say is a definite positive. Like, when I saw this test that I was referencing with this dark line here, I was thinking, like, oh, look how dark it is. Like, my next test I take after this one is definitely gonna be dark. But then the one right after that, which was taken about 5 hours later, because the dark one was at 4 p.m. This one was at 9 p.m. About 5 hours later, look how much lighter it is. And I mean, I wasn't drinking anything at night. I tend not to drink many fluids. Like once I get home, I just don't really drink a lot. Even with dinner, I'll have a sip of something, but I'm not really a thirst bucket. So. But yeah, you can see how much lighter it gets. Can't really focus on that. But you can see how much lighter it gets after that. So that makes me think that maybe there's a chance that I did have my surge in there and then it got lighter. I don't know, but it's like a guessing game at this point, and I don't know. Like, I'm getting my blood drawn Friday, so I can't just say, well, screw it, I'm not going to test anymore, and I'll wait to see what they determine on Friday when I go and see if they tell me I ovulated or not. You know, I could do that, and then I would be relaxed about everything. I probably just still keep baby dancing every other day, but I won't be testing and worrying about what cycle day I'm on anymore. And I'd probably, you know, if I go there and they draw my blood and they tell me I didn't ovulate, I'd probably still keep baby dancing every other day, because you never know, and just wait to see whenever Aunt Flo comes. But this makes me think that maybe Aunt Flo won't be regular this month. Maybe I threw my cycle off with that 1 month of Clomid. I don't know. But I really don't know if I should continue testing or not. Like, part of me wants to, just for my own record keeping, because I do like to look back and see what was going on with me, you know, in this month compared to that month, whether I was medicated, whether I was unmedicated. Like, it's just good reference for me, especially keeping up with, like, what my average luteal phase is. It's just different things like that is good for me as far as record keeping of my cycles. So that's the part of me that's like, you know, might as well keep testing. You've been testing since cycle day 1. But, you know, it's just part of me that's just like, keep on testing at this point, you know. But I don't know. I do feel like if I stop testing at this point and I just keep having intercourse every other day, then I won't be, I'll have like a little bit of peace of mind, at least for the rest of the cycle, you know, and just wait to see what happens. I mean, come Friday, either way, come Friday when I get my blood drawn and get those results, I think that's going to determine how I feel about the rest of the cycle. So maybe I'll just keep testing until Friday. What would you guys do? I mean, based on my tests that I've shown you, if these were your tests, and knowing you have to get your blood drawn anyway in a matter of days to see if you ovulated, what would you do? Would you keep testing? You know, and already you're on cycle day 16. You know, what would you do? I don't know. Like, let me know what you would do, though. Is it worth it to keep testing? Or is it just keep having sex every other day up until Friday? See what they come back with. I don't know. But I don't want to, like, keep stressing over it. Like, and I walk around with ovulation test strips in my little trusty cup here. And just trying to hold. I'm constantly not drinking anything and holding my bladder as long as I possibly can, so that I can get the most accurate ovulation test all the time. And I test twice a day, so you can imagine that I'm constantly doing this, you know. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, part of me still wants to keep testing. I have plenty of tests, and part of me doesn't. Other than that, guys, though, like, I haven't really been tracking anything else. Like, my cervical mucus, I'm aware of it, but I haven't really been, like, focusing on it the last few days to really, like, see how stretchy it was or what kind of cervical mucus it was. I haven't been doing any of that. I do not temp. I've mentioned several times that I hate temping, and I still stand by that. Yeah, and I'm still taking my trusty Geritol, which I just took. So, I mean, I've been taking it at home now. Before I was taking it while I was at work during my lunch, and I had a smaller bottle at my desk, which I finished already. So if there is a baby in a bottle, I had a bottle and a half. So hopefully between the two, something magical can happen. I don't know, but when I take it at home, I think before I mentioned I was like chasing it with grapefruit juice or like something else. I have been chasing it with Listerine. So it's not, I don't drink this down, of course, but like shortly after I do it, I just go ahead and rinse my mouth out with Listerine, and it removes all taste from my taste buds. So it is very effective in me still not tasting it. So I still have not had the horrible experience that most have had with wanting to puke and gag after taking Geritol, because I refuse to smell it, and I will do whatever I have to do to make sure that my taste of it is very minimal and that it lasts very short periods of time. So I haven't had any trouble with the Geritol, but that's another thing. Like, if I do say I'm not testing anymore this cycle, do I just go back to taking prenatals and be like, okay, good day, Geritol? Maybe I'll wait till, maybe the whole thing will just be wait till Friday. Maybe that'll be it. Like, just wait till Friday. Just keep doing everything I'm doing until Friday. Or may have to wait till Monday to get the results. I don't know. I'm going to go, maybe I should try to go as early as possible. Oh, not early. I can go to get my blood drawn. But yeah, maybe I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until Friday. I'll see what the results are, and I'll determine at that point what to do next. Oh, I also got a book. I got the book called Making Babies. I'll go get it to show it to you guys because I was just reading it. So, uno momento. Okay, so I went and grabbed my book. It is called Making Babies, and it is a proven 3-month program for maximum fertility. A lot of you have probably heard about the book. It looks a little bit like this. Making babies, hey baby. Hey. Sorry. But yes, I did order it used off of Amazon. I did not care if it was used as long as all the pages are there. That works fine for me. So far, so good. Like, I tell you what, I can relate to everything in this book. It's another book, The Infertility Cure. That's a popular one too, but from what I read on both reviews for both books, this one was like in layman's terms and was, you know, very descriptive and easy to understand. People thought this book was better. I mean, of course, you're going to find people who think the other book was better, but more so, this was the better book. So, I mean, I just decided to read it to see, you know, maybe there's something in here that I'm missing, you know. They do break down your fertility type, and I'm interested to get to that part of the book to figure out what kind of fertility type I am so that I can cater a plan to myself if I do want to try this. So it's kind of just, you know, me want to learn more about the Making Babies program and, you know, seeing what I don't know. Because you don't know what you don't know. And I learned that when I was married when I was first married and was trying to conceive then, like, you know, looking back on then, I think, like, I bring this up, you know, quite a few times here and there, but like, I know I was trying then, but I don't feel like I was trying then because I look back and I'm like, I was clueless. Like, even though I was trying for so long, like, I wasn't really on any forums. Like, I knew nothing about Clomid. I knew very little about ovulation tests. Like, I didn't know anything about anything looking back. And all this stuff was available back then, you know. So it's like, that's what's frustrating too, is that a lot of the natural methods that people try, like taking soy iso and taking Vitex or all this other stuff, has been around back, you know. And I just was clueless to it, and I feel stupid now. But I mean, you know, what was supposed to happen happened. But I do feel like I was trying in the blind, you know, and not knowing what I didn't know. And now I know a whole lot more. But you know, you still never know what you don't know. I mean, we're always, hey, I just stumbled across Geritol. I didn't know what I didn't know, you know. So it's always something that we're learning that works for different people, and what works for one doesn't work for everybody. But I figured reading this can't hurt. I can only stand to learn something, or try something that I hadn't thought of, or maybe it'll help me, you know, continue with my healthy habits that I've started, and help me with those decisions as well. I don't know, but I'm good on, like, I've started reading the book already. You can kind of see my little marking there. I'm still very close to the beginning because I just don't have time during the day to read it, so I read it at night. And but I don't think it'll take me long, so I will do a review of the book when I finish, and maybe even do a giveaway for it so that somebody else can get a little bit out of this. Or maybe I should wait till I get a BFP and then I'll do a giveaway, because then it would be a lucky book. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I'll let you guys know how this is as a read. And any of the beneficial things that it has in there that maybe I, will share that, maybe it'll be a light bulb for me that I didn't know. So I'm trying to keep this video short. Well, it's already too long, but I'm gonna stop it now. You guys comment though and let me know what you would do as far as continuing to test. Would you just wait it out to Friday? What would you do? Just keep baby dancing every other day? Would you count it and say that you've already ovulated? What would you do if this was you? I don't know. Cycle day 16. It's Tuesday. So I'll talk to you guys soon.